You can now buy a house using your Bitcoin as collateral. One of the biggest problems in the entire financial system for Bitcoiners is if you want to go and actually get a mortgage. Well, what do they ask? They ask you to show your assets. When you show your assets, you're like, bam, I'm an OG. Look at my Bitcoin. That should count towards my net worth, right? Wrong. The banks and the mortgage lenders will not allow you to use that Bitcoin. They don't recognize it. They say, we don't know what that is. That doesn't count. Show us your other assets. And then, of course, many people don't qualify for a mortgage because the Bitcoin doesn't count. So now U.S. homebuyers can buy a house by using their Bitcoin as collateral, and they qualify for a low interest rate 30-year crypto mortgage. Milo is the company that is doing this. And so who is Milo? They're a fintech company building digital bank to provide financial solutions for global and crypto consumers. There is no dollar down payment required. It's faster than a conventional mortgage. And of course, there's no FICO score or tax returns needed. You can add or withdraw a pledged crypto to adjust the rate as you go as well. It's just, look, you got the assets or you don't. FICO score, Moody's score, none of that bullshit matters. It's just, do you got the assets or do you not? We got two quotes from Joseph, the founder and CEO of Milo. He said, clients expect us to come up with the innovative solutions to extend credit to millions of great consumers. The existing ways for crypto consumers to access home credit has left them with unintended tax liabilities of selling for a down payment, or worse, the opportunity cost of seeing their crypto increase in value. There are countless stories of people buying property with Bitcoin proceeds only to see it increase in value and be worth millions more. Facts. It's all over the problem. Then he said, with our new crypto mortgage, we can expand our offerings to consumers that were previously denied by other banking firms just for having crypto. We have an opportunity to make sure that doesn't happen anymore, and their Bitcoin wealth can now help them buy a property. I generally love this idea. I think this is a no-brainer, and the more that people end up actually feeling like they can't hold assets and have it count towards things like a mortgage, the more friction there is. When you remove that friction and say, no, now your Bitcoin actually can help you qualify for a mortgage, that means that you're reducing friction and ultimately increasing adoption. Agree or disagree, boys?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's great.
This is a no-brainer, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I'm curious as to how fast other people are going to do it also. Like, I think a lot of people wanted this for a long time, but it's one thing to see a company like this do it versus kind of everyone adopt it and this become standard or like an acceptable protocol for people to do when they buy a house. But yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. Like, you shouldn't have to sell your Bitcoin to go purchase a house with the proceeds and then watch Bitcoin ratchet up another 100%, 150%, 200%, whatever it is. So I think this makes sense for both the consumer and the company issuing it.
What do you think, John?
I like it. It helps people hold on to their Bitcoin. It's basically a secured loan at that point, right? Taking your mortgage out against your Bitcoin. You have to think about how the volatility, and I'm sure Milo has thought of this as well, but the volatility of Bitcoin, if it draws down 20 to 30%, how does that adjust your loan rate? And then also, I know that some companies are working on this, but why can't people do this with equities, with other assets that they own in their portfolio that they don't want to sell and either get capital gains tax, or they just want to have the opportunity cost of holding that asset. And why can't they go get a mortgage against those?
Well, I don't have a mortgage, but you can do it with other assets. But my whole thing is, right, like, it's just another option. I don't know if it's the best option. I'm assuming the rate, I don't know exactly what the rate is, but I'm assuming it's not good if you were to put 25 or 50% down in cash, right? So you have to take into account kind of where you come at it from a kind of a rate standpoint. And there's a bunch of different other factors, but ultimately it's just another option. And I think that's good for consumers to have the ability to use Bitcoin as collateral and have no cash up front. I think that's good.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer. Now people can get mortgages, they can buy homes, they can build their Bitcoin citadel, and they can use their Bitcoin positions to actually finance it. Like, debt is not good or bad. It's how you use it and whether you're responsible with it or not. And if you're actually intelligent about the use of debt, you can build wealth and you can purchase homes, etc. But ultimately, a lot of people have been closed out from using debt because they've chosen to put their economic wealth into sound money. And now all of a sudden, when you get economic sound money, that's what happens, right? I think it ends up being pretty damn good.